You got it. On to our next stop. Next, we'll be heading outside, so make sure to check those seals on your suit because it's a bit chilly out there.
Alright.
Going out into the frozen wastes of Titan to see what powers this planet. Watch your step outside, by the way. The ice can be slippery if you're not careful. The goal is to keep people out of Dr. Lakota's infirmary.
Alright, going outside, eh? I mean, they planned an entire trip over this facility with this guy. I will be amazed if there is like nothing at the end of this and this is just a simple, you know, simple tour, really. Alright, Bill, lead the way.
Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes. Powering New Homestead. As you might imagine, generating energy was a real challenge back in the day because the technology was much more crude then. But crude or not, it was that technology that sustained the old Astro base. And it might surprise you to learn that the same technology is still working today.
Alright, amazing, I guess. When is a monster gonna jump at us, I wonder?
This old colony is that it's mostly powered by clean, renewable energy. You will see one of the methods used on the horizon up ahead. That's right, New Homestead's famous wind farms. This spot was chosen for the colony in part because of its constant winds.
You don't say. I'm shocked. They chose a windy spot for wind farms. Who would have thought?
It's been integral to the colony's function since its establishment as a cheap, mostly reliable source of electricity.
Alrighty. Should I explore around a bit? What do you think, Bill?
So, let's talk about wind power, shall we?
Alright, I want to take a closer look.
Absolutely. Careful, though. I wouldn't stand too close to the turbines if I were you.
Nah, don't worry about me, Bill. You're cute. Let's see what we can find around these turbines. Let's see if they're as dangerous as Bill says. I'm gonna go inside them. Yes, I'm inside the turbine. Nothing happens. I'm not even losing any health. Oh, shoot. Am I stuck in them? Get out. Hold on. Jesus. Alright, I'm not gonna mess with them anymore. Might get stuck in there. Alright then. Let's move on to the next thing, Bill, shall we?
So, let's talk about wind power, shall we?
Unless we have anything interesting to ask about, but what's so interesting about wind power? Why is it part of the tour? Who knows?
You're looking at a piece of history. Sure, wind power is used throughout the galaxy, but these people were able to make do with it for hundreds of years. It's impressive that was all they had back then, and still make it work to this day.
Wow, he is too excited about wind power. Oh, I didn't think Titan was all that windy though.
You're right. Most surface wind on Titan isn't too terribly strong, but here, the altitude and other conditions are perfect for sustained wind power. Like many worlds with atmosphere, the higher you go, the windier it gets.
Alright, that's why I prefer living at sea level, I guess. Right.
Have a good one.
Hold on, let's move on to the next.
Let's talk about wind power.
No more wind power, come on. Move on to the next one.
You're the boss. Let's go. Moving right along, we're going to learn about Titan's great natural resources. Titan is rich with hydrocarbons like methane and ethane. Surely you saw huge pools of the stuff on your descent into New Homestead. I like to think they add to the natural beauty of this world. Though, of course, stay away from them because, like anything beautiful, they can be dangerous. Just like my last ex-wife's pet. She has this gorgeous, I don't know what you'd call it, creature. The guy that sold it to her couldn't tell her what it was or where it was from. I don't think it was even a legal sell, to be honest. The thing was very easy on the eyes. Feathers, all the colors of the rainbow. Nasty bite, though. Wound up in the hospital and almost lost my hand. Still not enough for her to get rid of the dang thing. Anyway, there's a reason she's my ex-wife. But
Nice.
about
Good
me.
story.
We were talking about methane and other resources, right?
Sure, tell me more about methane. We can even produce some together if you want to.
Hey, can you believe it? Back in the 20th century on Earth, they used to fight wars over natural resources like this and petroleum.
Oh, I can't believe it.
They had this whole moon here basically made of hydrocarbons in their own backyard. They just couldn't get to it. Incredible how far we've come.
I guess Russia, do you hear that? You know,
The oldest and
there's alternatives to bombing Ukraine, damn it.
plants in the settled system. Every year, UC engineers go through a painstaking, month-long maintenance process. That's how this place has remained operational as long as it has. I'm not going to take you too close to the machinery. I can still answer questions. Questions? Fire away.
Alright, let me take a moment here. Let me explore a bit on my own.
Take your time. But not too much time. Don't want to keep other customers waiting, you know.
Oh, come on, Bill, I paid you well for this tour. Well, actually, I didn't pay him, but you know. Alright, and back to Bill we go. Nothing interesting, actually. Let's keep this tour going.
Questions? Fire away.
Should I have any questions? Let's see. What do they do with all the methane? Yes.
Exports mostly, since this world is so methane rich and has the infrastructure for it, a lot of the UC's methane comes from Titan. Of course, new homesteaders use it themselves for everything from generating heat to turning it into breathable oxygen via modern science.
Yay, science! Wait, how did they turn methane into... Oh, come on, let's not get too technical. How can they shut the plant down for maintenance if people rely on it to live? Good question.
Ah, it's not as if they shut down for a month. It's not shut down at all, actually. See, this place is built with redundant systems, so they can shut it down piece by piece and suffer only a reduction in throughput. During that time, the UC gets more of its resources from other places, allowing New Homestead to maintain what it needs.
Will we get a quest, I wonder, to shut this thing down? Or is this like a meaningless tour? Alright, no more questions.
Okie dokie, artichokey. There will be time for more later anyway. So, this next stop is a bit of an interesting one. I only recently made it part of the tour. Fun fact, it's also the only natural landmark on the tour.
Alright.
What we're about to see is a glacial spire we affectionately call Ymir's Horn.
Oh, I saw it!
Colis used to be named after a character in a popular fantasy novel.
It's like a space peepee, you're gonna see.
A couple hundred years ago to avoid any potential litigation. Now, what's a colis, you might say? Colis derives from the Latin word for hill, and scientists only gave names to groups of hills on a planet's surface. So in reality, the term you hear more often is the plural, colis, with an E. You probably don't hear it very often where you're from, because it was usually a term reserved for unexplored planets, back when they didn't have the technology to describe what they were seeing firsthand. Because of that, the term is much more common in the Sol system, but you may still hear it occasionally in reference to uncharted worlds. This planet's full of them, though, and they like to preserve that history here.
Aha, and look at this. Well, this actually doesn't look well from this side. Hold on, let me give you a different angle. Ah, there! Now you see it protruding, projecting towards the sky in a magnificent fashion. Alright, let's go back to Bill, I guess. Alright, Bill, let's conclude this tour, I guess.
So here it is, Ymir's Horn. You're free to take a closer look if you like.
Already did. Don't worry about it. Alright, cool. Ymir. Who is Ymir, by the way?
According to ancient Norse mythology, Ymir was the first Jotun, a frost giant. In the legend, they were both male and female and gave birth to the progenitors of all giants from their armpits. Ymir even predated the Norse gods, who, as it turns out, killed Ymir to fashion the earth and all of humanity from the corpse. It's a fascinating story, and the horn here is a fitting tribute to it.
Alright, cool. I think we're done.
Excellent. On to the next stop then. So, we're gonna head back inside through the methane processing plant. Try not to touch anything on your way. We want to make sure to respect Dr. Lakota's wishes to be safer around here.
Alright, cool.
That brings me to another point. You'll notice the people around here have last names related to where their families originated from on Earth, as a way to remember the past. The museum curator, Maurice Leon, has more information about that if you're interested. You can find him inside the main concourse. Loves talking about it.
Yeah, I know.
Most of the locals here are very friendly to tourists like yourself. Tourism is a major draw to this colony these days, and they respect that. Most of them are happy to talk at length about what they do here. Their rugged lifestyle is a point of pride for a lot of these folks.
I also noticed that when I was down in the plantation department or whatever that is called. Well, so hopefully you guys are enjoying this little tour here. I mean, this is a different kind of episode, but you know, we might once in a while take a break from, you know, all the hectic action and whatnot. Alright, Bill, are we going in? No. You're waiting for me to get out of your way? Come on, Bill, say something. Alright, cool. I got him into the hatch. Wow, look at how fast it changed. Love it. In and out of your clothes in a second. Alright, Bill, let's go.
Walking through is the nerve center of the plant, where technicians keep an eye on the operation. Since production is such an important part of the colony's livelihood, it's important that the techs notice any issues and react to them quickly. Anyway, we're headed into the ice mines. It's a natural spring where water bubbles up from deep below, but due to the cold, it keeps freezing as it reaches the surface.
Cool. Let's go.
You're welcome to keep the suit on if you'd like. As you might expect from a place called the ice mines, it can get a little chilly. It takes miners working daily to clear the ice, melt it down, and keep the water flowing.
Ooh, this looks adventurous. Come on, Bill. Ah, this is reminiscent of home, isn't it? Anybody got a story for me? Oh, they are actually named
I
characters.
don't mind the tourists. They help the local economy.
Alright, Bill, give me a sec. Let me talk to Mr. Amsterdam here.
It's the methane you gotta watch out for. Another tourist come to learn about the ice mines, huh?
Yep.
It's dangerous in the ice mines. I'd much rather answer your questions than have you going off to explore on your own.
Alright, cool. Why do you need to mine ice, though? What do you need, like whiskey ice cubes?
For drinking water. And we use some of it to produce this air you're breathing. We recycle a lot of what we use, but we still need a nice, steady supply of fresh water. Lucky for us, Titan provides.
Yes, it is an icy planet. Who would have thought? Abundant ice. Why don't you have robots doing the work?
For one, New Homestead is not a wealthy colony.
Ah, gotcha.
But we also pride ourselves on doing things the old ways. It's part of the living history, they say. We don't mind. We work hard here. It's very rewarding.
Alright, cool. Is it dangerous?
I'm surprised I still get this question. It's slippery, it's sharp, it can break, it can cave in. Those are just the obvious examples. Titan is also full of methane, which can sometimes be trapped under the ice. As you know, methane can explode under the right conditions. It can also asphyxiate you if you breathe in too much of it.
Alright, so it's looking to kill you, I guess. As a fellow miner, I can respect the dangers you face.
Ah, so you can relate. It's good to talk with someone who understands the challenges of the job. Not everyone does. If I might ask, what do you mind?
Artifacts, space artifacts. I don't know, minerals mostly.
Ah, I see. I can respect that. We used to do more traditional mining like that here, but it made much more sense to do it off-world, since it takes a lot more effort for less gain. We mostly export methane and other natural gases instead. Anyway, I'm sure we could swap mining stories all day, but I really should be getting back to what I was doing soon.
Alright, and I need to get back to my tour. Bye-bye.
Stay safe.
I will. Alright, Bill, let's continue this.
What else can I tell you about the ice mines?
Well, it's a mine, so I already know things, I guess. Is this where water comes from? Yes, we know. Why not heat the area like the rest of the colony? I'm thirsty. Can I drink straight from the source? Let's do a silly question, yes.
I wouldn't recommend it. First, it's an active work site. Second, it still needs to be filtered and checked for contaminants. But don't worry, we'll stop somewhere for refreshments before the tour is over.
Ah, yes, it concludes in a bar. I love it. Alright, so let me look a bit more, see if I can find something on my own. Well, it's actually a very small mining operation, like this is the entirety of it, so you know what. Okay, Bill, I've seen everything. Let's move.
What else can I tell you about the ice mines?
Nothing. Let's move on to the next station.
Sounds good. Let's keep going then. We have just one more stop before we're done with the tour, and it just happens to be my favorite.
Oh, I'm stuck.
This colony is home to the longest-running establishment still in existence, the Brown Horse Tavern.
Yay!
The Brown Horse started
Drinking time.
as a mess hall for the scientists and workers when the underground was built, but it's been operated by the same family ever since. Now, what's a horse, you might say? They were a large four-legged animal on Earth, often used for transportation or manual labor.
No.
Long before space travel was a dream for the folks of Earth, even before antique machines like automobiles were possible, horses could be found everywhere. You might have seen them in old movies or read about them somewhere. If not, I highly recommend looking into them sometime. They're beautiful animals. The tavern's original owner was infatuated with them, from what I understand, and was in their honor. The moniker, Brown Horse Tavern, is also a throwback to the names of similar Earth restaurants hundreds of years before it was established.
Oh, we can play pool. Can we? I can take the cue ball. Why would I do that? Come on, man. Hold on, Bill. I'm asking the residents around here a few questions.
This is one way to make a living.
Face.
Alright, nobody really wants to talk to me, I guess, after all. Maybe the bartender?
Welcome to the Brown Horse. Welcome, I'm Anya. Is this your first time with us at the Brown Horse Tavern?
Yes, I've never had horse before. I mean, it's my first time here. Yes, I've never been here.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us. You're in for a real treat. We've got an assortment of food and drinks, some of which follow homemade recipes that have been passed down over hundreds of years. So, what can I do for you?
Give me a horse. I don't know. I guess tell me about this place.
You mean the Brown Horse? Well, it's only the longest continuous running restaurant since humans started settling outside of Earth. There's a lot of history within these walls. And some damn fine food and drink, if I say so myself. This place has been in my family for generations. My however many great-grandmother opened it when the first colony started on Titan. Back then, it was a simple mess hall that she chose to put a little extra love and flavor into. And now, it's the pride of New Homestead.
Alright,
Hope you'll be back sometime.
sure. Bill, I've heard enough about the horse, restaurant. Oldest in the galaxy. Man, what a feat.
That delicious smell is making me hungry. Can I answer anything about the Brown Horse?
I don't know. Let's see, and how could this possibly be the oldest restaurant, man? Come on. That's a lie. Admit it.
Easy. All the other ones fell to ruin when we abandoned Earth. There were technically older ones on Mars, but those have long since shuttered or been replaced.
Oh, that is sad. In any case, any menu recommendations? Oh, what can you tell me about the owner?
Anya Seattle is the current owner of the Brown Horse. It's been in the Seattle family for generations. But Anya will be able to tell you more herself. Feel free to ask her. It doesn't feel right coming from me when she's standing right over there.
Alright, and what's your favorite dish?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I honestly love everything Anya serves here. I'd be doing her a disservice to recommend one dish over another. You want the real answer? Order one of everything.
Ah, come on. That's a cop-out. In any case, I think we're good to go.
Okay then. All right, we're headed to the last stop. Right back where we began.
Fascinating.
Feel free to check out the museum exhibit in the main concourse here. These displays are full of rare Earth trinkets salvaged from before humanity left, and Maurice is happy to talk about the collection. The museum's curator, Maurice, will be happy to talk to you if you want to know more.
Alright, then I guess this concludes our tour then.
Well, that's that. I hope you enjoyed Starsap tours as much as I enjoy giving them.
Alright, very educational. I loved it. Here's a little extra for you. That was super boring. I feel like you should have been the one paying me. Jesus Christ. Let's not go there. I'm not gonna pay him either. Educational. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for coming along. Remember to tell your friends all about it. Take care.
Well, I'm gonna post 2 episodes for my subs, so you know. That counts, I guess, as, you know. Oh, we got a nice amount of experience points as well. Alright, so, boyos, hopefully you enjoyed these couple of episodes, because I'm probably gonna break this one into a 2-parter. This was kind of a different episode than the other ones we did, with lots of shooting and action, but you know what, I promise you we'll explore this universe, and I think these 2 episodes did just about that. Alright, I'll see you in the next one, which is probably gonna be more action-packed. Until then, guys, bye-bye.
Adrian, what can I do for you today, young lady?